Wowie wow. When like what a shame, what a shame. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be doing all about spring beautiful feminine fragrances. These are all very beautiful, different nuanced kind of fragrances. They all have various different notes, all from designer, niche, different houses. So I really hope that you guys enjoy because my voice is dying. I honestly have like the worst cold at the minute. It's literally been going on for like the past 4 or 5 days, so I'm sorry if I look like a bit disheveled. I try to like do a little something just to kind of mask the illness, and then my voice and like the nasaliness is just not a vibe right now. Let's just jump straight into it. So the first fragrance that I have is from obviously the house of LOEWE. As you guys know, I've been raving about LOEWE for years. I absolutely adore the house. Like, it's probably my most favorite like designer or exclusive designer house that's out there at the minute. It's really beautiful, and finally it's getting the hype that it deserves. It's been quite a few years, so you know, they're bound to make a bit more of an appearance on socials, but this is called Earth. So this is technically a bit of a newer release. I think it came out sometime last year, and it is in their more like mainstream type of line. So it's not in their exclusives, it's in their mainstream line. And this is such a gorgeous fragrance. It has like a bit of a magical feel in terms of what it does on your skin. So I'm just going to spray a little bit here. Wow, even though my sinuses are blocked, I can still smell the beauty. This is a gorgeous mimosa, yellow floral, like buttery kind of fragrance. It has a bit of a pear fruitiness to it, which is really gorgeous. On top of that, you almost get like a bit of a powdery vibe, like a rooty iris. I don't know whether that's actually in the notes, but you do get a bit of a semi-mature powdery iris type of vibe, which kind of leans sometimes a little bit masculine, I find. And then on top of all of this, it also has like a note of truffle. Being honest with you, I don't really get the truffle. I get a little bit of a woodiness and a bitterness. I honestly thought that that was coming from cedar, like more of a woody kind of note as opposed to truffle. But overall, it's really beautiful. You have a bit of the sweetness from the pear, you have a yellow floral butteriness from the mimosa, and then on top of it all, you have a very lovely woody note to it. So it's really gorgeous, perfect for the spring, has a little bit of lift to it. It can be very feminine, but I think it can also lean a little bit masculine depending on what skin you're spraying it on. The only thing that I do not really enjoy about this is the fact that the performance is really rubbish. It's so bad, guys. Considering that it's an eau de parfum, I was expecting for it to at least have, I don't know, a couple of hours projection. That's like the norm, right? This, no. Literally within 30-45 minutes, it becomes very intimate, which is fine, but I was just thinking to myself, what a shame, considering it's such a beautiful fragrance. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just this bottle or this batch that I have, but it's not the best performing. So that is LOEWE Earth. So the next fragrance that I have is one that I actually don't talk about too much on this channel. God only knows why. I absolutely love it. You could probably see how much I've worn of it already. It's genuinely my most favorite fragrance when it comes to the spring. It's so feminine, floral, fresh, all of the words. It does also have a little bit of maturity to it, so let's give it a bit of a spray. The first note that you get is definitely a very strong orange blossom note, and that gives it off the top a very beautiful note, a very beautiful vibe to it. It's both fruity but also fresh and inviting, very playful. On top of that, you also get like a lovely note of jasmine, so again gives it like this butteriness, this fluffiness. And then what's really interesting in this fragrance is you do get like a big note of iris. And that iris is like more of a orris-y type of note where it goes a little bit rooty, a bit buttery, a bit powdery. that gives it a very mature vibe. So both younger women and old women can definitely wear this. I can picture this on a woman in her 60s, 70s, also equally a woman in her 20s, if not late teens. Like, anyone can wear this. I would really recommend this one. It is a little bit expensive, so if you can get a discount on it, please do. So that's Amyris Femme Extrait de Parfum. Now, a newer fragrance to my collection, and one that honestly I don't know why I haven't really delved into Veronic Gabby as quickly as I should have. I have smelled like their most popular, quote-unquote popular fragrances, and they were really nice, but I found that they were a little bit on the expensive side. Now, that's not to say that you can't do what I've done, which is buy a 10ml version of it, and then if you do really enjoy it, then obviously buy the 85ml, which is definitely what I'll be doing, because this fragrance, wow, this is gorgeous. So this is called Ready for Rosé, as I said, from the house of Veronic Gabby. Veronic Gabby, out of memory, has been going on for quite a few years. I think most people assume that it's a newer house, and I guess in the grand scheme of things, in comparison to like a Guerlain or, you know, all of the bigger houses that have been around for many, many years, maybe, but they have been around for quite a few years. So what does Ready for Rosé smell like? Wow. Oh god, that just went straight in my eye. I was so excited when this is such a beautiful fragrance. Such a gorgeous fragrance. Now, let me tell you why. You have so many different notes to it, but overall, to me, this smells like fruity rosé wine. Sparkling, fruity, fresh, sweet, all in the same vein. Immediately, you get this like really buttery magnolia type of note in the beginning. Top that off, listen, with a rhubarb fruitiness, like a tartiness right in the beginning. As it suggests in the name, you do get a bit of rose in here, but it's not like a super deep, dark Bulgarian rose. This is more leaning to like a light, fresh centifolia, taillif type of rose, nothing too heavy. Almost leaning into like a peony type of note as opposed to rose. So that's how gorgeous it is. Very fluffy, sweet, very inviting. Apparently in the base notes you do get like an ambroxan type of note, and ambroxan, as you guys know, has like a very warm, huggy, woody type of essence to it, and it's so gorgeous. Like I told you guys in the last video, like the main ones, Baccarat Rouge, Sauvage, all of these main fragrances have a big note of ambroxan, Isoe Super, etc, etc. These are all beautiful notes, and it almost gives it, I don't know whether it's getting it, I'm getting this from the ambroxan or maybe like another note, like an aquatic, minerally type of vibe, which just elevates this fragrance to a whole new level. The performance was beautiful. Like, considering that I only have the smaller 10ml sample of it, I've gotten a lot of compliments off of this already, which is quite strange because normally I don't really get that many compliments, but off this fragrance I got quite a few. People were asking me which one this is. So if you've never tried it, please give it a go. They also have some really other beautiful fragrances, and I've super duper enjoyed the house so far. So that's Ready for Rosé from Veronic Gabby. Now, another fragrance that I've been absolutely loving is one from Chloe. This is from the Atelier des Fleurs collection, which has been around for quite some time. I actually bought this like a couple of years ago now, and back then I don't think like anyone was talking about it, which is just so strange because the fragrances are gorgeous, and you know, I think they're really overlooked. I think now they're doing a little bit more promotion on them, as they should. I think marketing wise, the kind of idea behind these fragrances is to layer them. So you'd have one individual note of, say, magnolia, one individual note of, say, jasmine, etc, etc, and then you can layer these to kind of make your own unique signature scent. But this by itself, wow, I have such great memories about this fragrance. I took it with me on holiday, so let's just give it a sniff. Wowee wow. This is such a true jasmine fragrance. Apparently, the only ingredient or the only note in this is jasmine. Now, I can maybe believe this because jasmine has so many different facets to it, which I don't think many people understand. Like, you have obviously jasmine as a floral note, which can be quite uplifting, very fresh, has like a green type of vibe to it. But equally, jasmine sambac can be quite indolic, almost animalic. Like, I've smelled some jasmine fragrances which can be very like a dirty, a little bit animalic on my skin. Those I don't really enjoy as much. I like a bit of an indolicness to it, but not to the extent where you're having to rub it off because it smells like pee. This is a gorgeous floral jasmine sambac fragrance. Has like a very pretty fresh green note in the very beginning, but not green to like the petty grain bitterness. Very pretty, white floral, inviting, sexy. Has like a bit of a powdery, buttery, woody note towards the end. And this is why I said to you, I am genuinely not sure whether this is the only note in this fragrance with it just being jasmine, or whether they have added some like supporting notes in here, like some woody nuances or something like that. I might believe it because, as I said, jasmine has like all different facets to it, all different ways that it can develop. So really gorgeous fragrance, would highly recommend. So that's Jasminum Sambac from LOEWE. The next fragrance that I have is one that I've been raving about. Guys, if you've watched me, you know for years I absolutely love Ormond Jayne. In fact, it was one of my most favorite houses like a few years back, and I couldn't get enough. Like one of my first ever fragrances that I tried, apart from obviously the generic designer fragrances, was Ormond Woman. And oh my lord, that fragrance is just wow. And they have some other beautiful ones like Sakura, Frangipani, what other one, Champaka. They're gorgeous. I don't think people give it as much love as what they should. You also have in this line other more popular fragrances like Bysans, Levant. This to me is much better than all of them. Let's be for real. This is Damask from Ormond Jayne, as I said. This is really beautiful. Very fruity and tart in the beginning. So if you like a bit of a tartness with a fruity essence to it, you'd really enjoy this. This is both blackcurrant and lemon. So imagine them together like a fresh summery blackcurrant drink with some lemon on the side, for example. And then goes down into quite a floral, fresh, rosy type of note. As I said in one of the other fragrances that I've just mentioned, it's not like a Bulgarian deep rich type of rose that you're getting in here. It's more of a buttery centifolia, fresh peony. I know peony and rose are not the same thing, but that type of note. And then towards the end you have a bit of a mineral ozonic type of vibe to this fragrance, which makes it quite unique. It's not quite the same as normal fruity fragrances or floral fragrances. This is minerally, ozonic, fruity, tart all at the same time. So very feminine, is amazing for the spring, especially when it's getting a little bit warmer. The blooming is starting, everything is looking so much more beautiful. So if you've never tried this fragrance, please give it a go. On a side note, it also has really, really fantastic projection and performance. So if that's something that is a big deal breaker for you, you'll absolutely love it. So that's the Mask from Ormond Jayne. Oh, that was a struggle going through this video. Honestly, I'm so ill. I can really, really feel it now. But I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, comment down below. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If there's any other fragrance recommendations that you have for spring, summer this year, please note it below. See you later, guys. Bye.